Hi, today I'm reviewing the DermaDoctor Kakadu C High Potency Evening Oil. And really quick, I just want to say I purchase all these products with my own money, so you know you can trust my opinion is what I honestly believe. And if you want to help support the channel, click on the Amazon link below before you make your purchases. So DermaDoctor has come out with a newer product, and it would be their Kakadu. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, like I do a lot of things. Their Kakadu C High Potency Evening Oil, which is this, and it's an expensive little bottle. It sells for $74. But this is an evening oil with vitamin C, ferulic acid, vitamin E, and it's meant to be used at night before bed and allow it to absorb into your skin, and then in the morning wash off before you apply your makeup. So this is new. Their older product, which I also have, is their vitamin C and ferulic acid oil as well. So my one thing I want to say is if you already have this and you haven't finished using it, this is something you don't need to go out and buy right now. Finish using this first if you have this or another vitamin C oil. Just because, you know, once you open this, this will degrade, and vitamin C can be very iffy in terms of how fast it degrades, and exposure to light and air, and even like a dropper bottle like this can get slightly exposed to air, so you want to use it as fast as you can. So having multiple bottles open like I do right now isn't the most economic way to go. So if you've got another bottle, definitely use that one up first. So anyway, let me start my review of the High Potency Evening Oil. So my first criteria is packaging, and they've done a nice job with packaging for this. The bottle is opaque, so it prevents any light from getting in, and I love the pump bottle. Dropper bottles seem to be in for a while, but it seems like some of the pump bottles are coming back in. Thank you, because the dropper bottles are okay, but it still allows the very top layer to be exposed to air when you take the dropper out. So very thankful for the pump bottle that they've got on this. So it gets a thumb up there. The second criteria is alcohol, and there's no denatured alcohol in here, so it gets a thumb up for that. Third criteria is fragrance, and there aren't any fragrance or fragrant ingredients included in here, and it really doesn't have much of a scent, despite it's got like marula oil and I think like cherry and things like that. It doesn't have much of a scent at all, so I couldn't notice any scent at all. So and thankfully there's no artificial fragrance or fragrance components, so it gets a thumb up for me there. My fourth criteria is manufacturing location, and this is made in the US, so no issues there. Gets a thumb up for me. Number 5 is ease of use, and I gave it a thumb up there. It's pretty easy to use. It's a thinner liquid, so as you can see, it's pretty thin, so you'll want to smooth it over your face as quickly as you can, because it absorbs rather quickly. It's a pretty light, so I've been using it. I wash my face, use toner. I use my very light First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Hydrating Serum, and then I've been using this kind of third because it is a light texture. In terms of if you use many different layers of ingredients like I do, you want to start with the thinnest layer and work up to the thickest at the very end. So if you use like a heavy cream, use that at the very end of your routine, and start with your toner. If you use an essence, use that. So anyway, so the thinner the product is, the lighter it is. Start with that first, and then work your way up to the heaviest. So this is pretty light, so you'll want to use this as one of your first products that you use. So, but it usually absorbs pretty quickly. That was a pretty big pump I gave for my hand, but that size pump would cover my entire face easily. So a little bit of this goes a very long way, but it's easy to use. Yeah, so number 6 is antioxidants, and I gave it a thumb up for that as well. It has lots of good antioxidants. 20% vitamin C ester, which an ester is kind of a combination of an ingredient and an alcohol, not necessarily a denatured alcohol, but it's a combination of an ingredient and an alcohol to make it kind of a thinner texture. If you've noticed, you might have tried several vitamin C products, and some of them can be a lot thicker. Some of them can be lighter, like the Drunk Elephant C Firma, that's pretty light. But there's so many different forms of vitamin C, and it's not necessarily that one is better than the other. They're just different, and some of them need to be mixed differently. Some are not compatible with water. Some of them are not water soluble. Some of them are water soluble. Some of them are not alcohol soluble or oil soluble. So there's a lot of different things going on with vitamin C. So that's why you may notice some say 20%, some say 10%. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're comparing apples to apples, because one might be a different form of vitamin C. So it doesn't necessarily mean that one is even better than the other. But if you've tried any, you maybe start to notice that some work better for you than others, or some absorb better for you than others, and some are more compatible with other products that you use. So it's kind of just a trial and error. So, but this one is pretty nice. If you haven't used a lot of vitamin C before, this one I didn't find to be as potent as some other forms, which can be kind of stinging a little bit, leave a little bit of stinging to your face when you apply it. This one doesn't. I think it's probably a little bit better for beginners, even though it says high potency. So just be aware of all those. And I'll have to write an article about this, because vitamin C is kind of, once summer comes, it's in. I think with sun and things like that, people start to think about brightening their skin more than they do the rest of the year. So anyway, but lots of good antioxidants included in it. The one thing that I have tried is I've tried using this at night, rinsing it off, and then using another vitamin C in the morning before my sunblock. Vitamin C is very good to use in the morning because it doesn't necessarily boost the efficacy of SPF, but it helps your skin fight free radicals and pollution in the air. So I haven't had any issues using 2 vitamin C serums, one at night and one in the morning, but it definitely could be a bit much depending on how familiar your skin is and how much you've used it. So if you're going to use this, definitely start out only using this at night and no vitamin C in the day. See how your skin reacts to that and maybe slowly build up. So just too much of any one ingredient is not a good thing. So that's why I say just start out very slowly. Anyway, so lots of good antioxidants, and it's very hydrating. I found they've got marula oil in there, so it can be a little more hydrating than the average vitamin C oil. So number 7 is animal testing, and DermaDoctor, from everything I've read online, is cruelty free, so they get a thumb up there. Number 8 is performance, and I did not give it a thumb up there solely because this isn't something you need to run out and buy and throw away all the rest of your vitamin C serums. It's good, but it's not better than any other vitamin C serum I've tried, as long as those other serums you're comparing it to are fragrance-free and denatured alcohol-free. But this is a great addition to a skincare routine, especially if you haven't used vitamin C before. But especially when the price tag is $74, it's not something you need to run out and buy and throw the rest of yours away. So that was kind of a statement I was making. But it definitely will help brighten your skin up and help your skin heal during the evening and hydrate as well. So, which kind of leads me into number 9, which is the price. And it is $74 for this bottle, which is, it's a big price tag. Vitamin C can be... You can spend as much money on vitamin C as you want. Some of them are hundreds of dollars. And then if you look at a company like The Ordinary, where you can get a good vitamin C serum for like $10. So it's not necessarily something that you need to go run out and spend all your money on. But it is good in the fact that it's fragrance-free and denatured alcohol-free. But it is pricey. So that's why I keep saying if you already have an open bottle, finish that one first. And then number 10 is the It Factor, and I did not give it a thumb up there either. It's a good product, but it's, like I said, it's nothing you need to run out and buy. It's not better than any other vitamin C serum I've tried. So although it probably would be nice if you don't use a lot at night on your skin to add something to kind of boost the healing process at night that your skin goes through and help hydrate it. So... but overall, it scored pretty good. It got a 7 out of 10, which is very good. I believe that is 1 thumb up. So they have done a very good job with this product, but definitely something that you don't need to run out and buy. And in fact, if you can, I would wait and watch and see if you can get it on sale, because $74 is a bit pricey, but then again, there's vitamin C serums over hundreds of dollars. So anyway, I'm interested if you guys have had a chance to check this out yet or not, and if so, what your thoughts were, or if you've tried any other DermaDoctor products, and if so, what have you tried and how have you liked it? So leave a comment. I love hearing from you. Also, if you liked this review, give it a thumb up, or if you disagree with it, give it a thumb down. So I kind of like knowing what you guys are thinking. So leave comments and feel free to subscribe if you're not already. I come with at least one new review every day. And check out nobsbeauty.net. Thank you so much, guys. Hi, this is Sarah from No BS Beauty, and I'm proud to offer you one of my first products. And it is a stainless steel makeup palette. And I've been using ones like these for quite a while, and it makes it a lot easier to mix kind of custom foundation shades, custom serums, custom lip colors. You need something like this in your makeup routine to make things a lot easier. And all the profits from it will go to help the channel, which I'm independent and I purchase all the products with my own money. So definitely all of the profits will go so I can continue to bring you good reviews. But, you know, things I like to use are retinol. Retinol is definitely a good thing to use. But sometimes some of them can be a little too strong. So sometimes I like to mix them with other serums. So I'll use this to kind of custom make my retinol at night. So it's a little bit less irritating when you mix it in with something else. Or another thing you can do is mix in a vitamin C. Some of these can be a little oily or greasy, so sometimes it's nice to be able to mix it in with another serum. So I like to use the Clinique one, and I'll mix this in just a little bit because otherwise sometimes it can be a little too oily. And I'll mix it in, and in the morning I'll apply it all over my face before sunscreen. And another good vitamin C serum I like is the DermaDoctor one, but sometimes using the dropper with that can be a little messy, so sometimes I just like to mix just a little bit in with another serum. I love the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Serum, definitely a holy grail of mine. And I like to mix that in with it as well. Or sometimes before I go to bed, if I've got something else going on the next day, I like to mix in a little bit of tanner, self-tanner, but sometimes if you use it alone, it can get a little too orange or a little too dark. So sometimes mixing that in with another serum makes it definitely a lot better and a lot more moisturizing for your skin as well. So definitely something you can use in your serums, or your kind of custom make your own skincare routine by using that and mixing up all these products. So definitely something worth considering there. And I also like to use it to mix in some of my custom foundations. So let me show you that too. Another thing I've been using this palette for is mixing and kind of customizing my own foundation. You can almost create a specific color if you have certain foundations that don't mesh well with your skin tone or even your skin texture. You can almost create your own custom foundation. One foundation I love is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro. However, sometimes I can find it to be a little too drying and almost kind of giving you more of a matte finish. So sometimes I'll mix in a little bit of the Josie Mara and Argan Moonstone drops with it, and then use it. And it kind of helps kind of lessen the color and kind of give it a little bit more of a glowy look. Another thing I like to use is mixing in sometimes with oil with a foundation, and sometimes it gives you more of a dewy look. So sometimes I'll mix that in with the Dr. Jart, and it helps give you a little bit more of a glow to it. So sometimes mix in just a little bit in, and you definitely want to be careful with what you're mixing just to make sure that the ingredients are compatible, because certain types of foundations don't work well with certain types of other ingredients, but something to consider, definitely. But you can almost create your own custom look. I love this, but sometimes I feel like I need a little bit of a glow to it, so I'll mix in some of my NYX Born to Glow Illuminator with it. So you can definitely do that. Also, Cover FX makes a great They're custom cover drops, but you can use these to alter the color of any foundation. So this is great to mix that with. Just give it a couple drops there. And then mix that in with another foundation to make it either lighter or darker. The ordinary serum foundation is great, but I found it difficult to get the exact color. So sometimes mixing the other colors works well. Cover FX also has these new glitter drops. So sometimes it's nice to be able to use this to mix in with either a foundation or just to put it on this. And then you can use a brush to either dip it in and apply it as eyeshadow, or dip it in and apply it onto lips as kind of a lipstick cover. So there's definitely some great options, and definitely love some of Cover FX's custom enhancer drops, but you can use this to mix it in with almost any different type of foundation and add a little bit of color here and there. But definitely using this, and if you use a sponge or a beauty blender, you can get that damp and then just use this to dip it in and apply it. It makes it a heck of a lot easier than trying to do it in your hand, or I don't know where else you would even, maybe the lid of another product, but this definitely makes all of that a heck of a lot easier. So it's definitely something worth picking up. And all of the profits from the sales of this palette will go to support my independent reviews. I purchase all the products myself just so I can give you an honest opinion as opposed to somebody that gets the products for free to review. I personally like to purchase them so I can give you my completely objective review without having to feel like I owe a company anything because they gave me something free. So all the profits will go to help support those reviews.